Oh man, more and more is starting to come out after the fallout of the Damian Lillard trade with the Portland Trailblazers. And I'm telling y'all, this thing is getting real messy, real fan, real messy, real fast. Now, I told you guys in my previous video about the expose article that was dropped by Chris Haynes from Bleacher Report and NBA on TNT. And more stuff is coming out about this. More stuff is coming out about this. And Joe Cronin could be in real trouble with the league office behind this. Now, in that article, according to sources, well, in this case, the source is Damian Lillard. Let's just cut to the chase. Chris Haynes' source is Damian Lillard himself. Excuse me. And it says in this article that toward the end of the 2022-2023 season, the Portland Trailblazers front office GM Joe Cronin approached Damian Lillard with the idea of sitting out the last 10 games of the season so the Trailblazers could have a better chance at a higher lottery pick. Dame Lillard reluctantly sat out with what the team called a calf injury at that time. Dame Lillard didn't want to sit out. The Portland Trailblazers forced him to sit out. Now, peep game. Fast forward to the end of the season. There was a press conference held by the Portland Trailblazers where Joe Cronin promised the fan base that he would put a winner around Damian Lillard and that they would be aggressive. Now, all this stuff is coming out in this article. As you guys know, draft night came and went. They went with Scoot Henderson. Shortly after, they announced they'd be holding on to Scoot Henderson, and that's when Dame put in the trade request. But for the past few seasons, Joe Cronin has been in these press conferences saying that they're trying to put a winner around Dame. And I said this in my first Damian Lillard video towards the end of the regular season. Y'all can see it on my page. This thing looked like in the beginning to me that Portland was trying to force Dame Lillard into requesting a trade so they don't look like the bad guys, when all along their plan was to rebuild. Like I said in the previous video, when Chris Haynes dropped the article, Dame Lillard realized back on September 11th that the Portland Trailblazers weren't going to accommodate his request and send him to the Miami Heat. Hell, they weren't even answering the Heat's phone calls. And the crazy thing about this is Portland Trailblazers fans are absolutely livid right now. It's going down on Twitter. They're calling for the firing of Joe Cronin. They don't want the futures of Shaedon Sharpe, Scoot Henderson, Anthony Simons in the hands of Joe Cronin. And Joe Cronin is looking like a bigger snake than any GM in the history of the NBA. I mean, Portland Trailblazers fans are posting videos of news conferences dated last year trade deadline, draft night, the year before heading into the offseason, where Joe Cronin repeatedly said they were going to make moves to put a winner around Dame. In all actuality, they never had plans of putting a winner around Dame. And it really sucks. Even though in the end it works out for Damian Lillard, he's on a championship contender. He gets to play with the Greek Freak. For him to get backdoored for the organization that he did everything for, I mean everything, even to the bitter end. The man sat out the remaining games of the season so the team could get a better chance at a higher pick so they could trade the pick. And this is where it all started from. The plan was for Damian Lillard to sit out those games with the fake injury, get a good pick, trade the pick for an all-star, and continue to put pieces around him to try to win now. And that didn't happen. And once it was clear they were holding on to Scoot Henderson, Damian Lillard then put in his trade request. Y'all wouldn't want to work with him after you guys leaked it through Adrian Wojnarowski that you would accommodate Dame Lillard's request. You don't make no attempt at making a deal with Miami. Damian Lillard approaches you guys and says, well, I want to rescind the trade request. Since you're not going to make a deal with Miami, I might as well stay here. And then you tell him, no, it's too late. And like I said, the Portland Trailblazers fans, they're absolutely livid right now. They are livid, and they're calling for the job of Joe Cronin, man. They want the man fired. They want him out of there. Portland is not happy. The Trailblazers is not happy. And this article, man, and I'm going to tell you right now, it's coded with sources, but these sources is Damian Lillard himself. We know the relationship Chris Haynes has with Damian Lillard. You know he's on the phone with him all the time. You know he hangs out with him in person. And this is crazy, man. This is crazy. This is going to be a stain on the Portland Trailblazers organization. And like I said, man, this gives me shades of 2019 with Anthony Davis and the New Orleans Pelicans. When GM of the Pelicans at that time, Dell Demps, was taking advice from Greg Popovich and other people in the league, and he wasn't trying to do a deal with the Lakers, even though the Lakers had the best package. Ultimately, Anthony Davis got sent to the Lakers. Dell Demps was fired, and he hasn't been a GM in this league since. And unfortunately, or fortunately, however you see it, that's going to be the same future for GM Joe Cronin in Portland, man. It's only a matter of time. And the fans right now are livid. After this article dropped and the truth has come out of what was going on behind the scenes with the Dame Lillard trade and Portland's front office, fans are livid and they're calling for the job of Joe Cronin, man. I'm going to keep you guys up to date when more comes out about this story. It's just going to get uglier and messier, man. But I appreciate you guys tuning in. Once again, you already know it's your boy Moose Talks Hoops. Like I always say, if you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and hit the like button. You already know. It's a lot of things in this world that cost, but hitting the like button ain't one of them. I'm up out of here for now, man. Crazy news coming out the league tonight, man.